She told me last week, oh, thank God. I was like, Mama, that's so interesting. You are saying thank God because you don't believe in God. Are you a Christian woman who has been successful on the outside, but deep down, you feel like something is missing? Maybe you have built a business, raised a family, and check all the boxes, but your soul is craving deeper purpose, kingdom impact, and clarity on what's next. Welcome to Made for Impact. I'm Petia Burns, faith-led business mentor, wife, mama, and former New Age coach turned devoted follower of Jesus. This podcast is your safe space to grow in faith, align your gifts with God's purpose, and turn your testimony into transformation in your platform. Through business, mentorship, and visibility, you're not here by accident. You were made for impact. Let's build something eternal together. Hello, my love. Welcome after quite a time of me taking a break to Made for Impact. And I feel like today's episode is going to be so deep and so relatable on so many levels, whether you're a mother or not, whether you're coming from New Age or not, whether you're a wife or not. The stories that I'm going to be sharing today are going to be personal, and they're going to be touching on impact and purpose and just living in the light. So welcome. My name is Petia Burns, and I am so eager and excited to be back with you. I took a few months off to stay fully present to my new little one, Samuel. He was born in February, and I felt like I just want to go away from the world. But now I was feeling so pulled for past week or so to show up again, because seeing that the impact that we can be creating just can have such a huge ripple effect. And being made for impact, when I created this podcast, when I changed the name to be Christian for Christian woman and being called Made for Impact, I feel like I made that name because I wanted to be working with women of business who want to speak on stages, who want to start their podcast, who want to grow their online businesses, and who don't want to sacrifice their family and their well-being, and they just are tired of hustling and they want to have God in the center of it all. And then I realized that it's not just that. Of course, I can still do that, and I still have clients that I help them with their marketing and, business. But I feel like the biggest thing is realizing that the impact we are making, it's right around us, and it has a huge ripple effect. Like last week, I was speaking to my mom, and she lives in Czech Republic, and she works only a couple days a week just, to make some extra money, cover her bills. And she's not retired yet, but she's working just a couple days a week. And we send her some money to help here and there too with my husband. But she told me last week that, oh, thank God, like on Friday, I'm going to work because past few weeks, like it's been very slow. I was like, Mama, that's so interesting. You are saying thank God because you don't believe in God. She's not a believer. She adopted a lot of things from New Age because she saw it in me and the past fruit it had. And so when she said that, thank God, I'm like, that's so ironic how people are using so many words and things from Bible, and even like asking is given. Or my mom sometimes, she's like, oh, Jesus Maria, this happened and this happened, and I'm like, please don't use those names in vain. But when I told her this, like, hey mama, you don't believe in God, why you're using it? And she said, you know what, maybe I am. Maybe I'm changing. And that really stopped me in my tracks, because when I told my mom that my husband was becoming Christian and he got baptized, she was like, oh, just stay your ground, stay strong, don't get brainwashed like it's a sect. And it's so interesting. I was like, oh, don't worry, I'll stay strong. And then 2 years later, it's not like I've become weaker, but I just told myself like, hey, when I started dating my husband, I want to give him my all. And I said, I'll clean the slate of all past relationship and I will give him my all. And that's what happened. And I said, it's not fair for me to keep complaining about Bible and God and Jesus and keep complaining that my husband is listening to worship if I honestly don't give it a chance. And that's what I decided. I will give a chance to God and see, hey, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But ever since, I couldn't look back. Like, I couldn't go back. So hearing this from my mom, that was huge. And then I realized that we are always creating an impact, whether we are speaking on stages, whether we have a business, whether we are speaking to multitude on our social media or podcast, or whether we are ministering in our own family. Because Jesus said that we are meant to do disciples of all nations. But he didn't say you have to convert millions. You start with you, and then it will have a ripple effect. Everything we do has a ripple effect, and the fruit, it's gonna be there. And depending on the fruit we are bearing, we're gonna see if it's good or bad. Like, even I see it on my daughter. She repeats everything after us, what we are doing. Like, sometimes she comes to my husband, she's like, Daddy, I want to worship, I want to dance. And so he puts worship music and we dance, and it's so beautiful. And sometimes when she sees I'm frustrated, she's like, Mama, I'm here, I'm right here, take a deep breath. She's repeating what I'm doing with her. And listen, it's not only the positive. I have almost 3-year-old, and she's very strong-willed. And so sometimes she says, like, hey, stop it, don't do it right now. And she's, again, using the words she hears at home. So I feel like instead of chasing a purpose, chasing the big stages, chasing the big money, and listen, there's nothing wrong with that. If that's what God is calling you to do, he is going to promote you. He is going to clear the path for you. It might not be easy, but he's going to be there with you every step of the way. And he's going to make it clear that this is where you're supposed to go. But not all of us are supposed to go there. So remember the impact that you are making in everyday lives, with your husband, with your kids, with your coworkers, with your friends, and even when you go to grocery store. It's so beautiful. Like, our neighbor just recently told me that every time that I see you, like, you have such a positive energy. You're such a giving tree. And I was able to make an impact on her health because I share with her some books and some tips. And her husband, she said, like, they're feeling better than ever. And it's beautiful because they're going to be celebrating 59 this year, both of them. So it's really beautiful, the impact that we can be making. So stop chasing the big things. Focus on the small one. Because remember, God says that if we can steward well the little one, we can get a bigger one. So and listen, I'm paraphrasing it. That's not exactly how it's written in the Bible, but that's the meaning, right? So I'm really grateful to be back here. I'll be probably here once a week for right now because my little one is still little and 4 months, and I'm handling almost 3-year-old and 4-month-old, and I have a very full life and very full hands with them. Very blessed, very grateful, and I also want to prioritize and really make sure that the woman that I get to talk to and support and minister and mentor are on fire. So if you too feel that you want to go closer to God, you want to be surrounded by women who are really committed to their growth with God, just message me. You can message me on Instagram at Petia Burns, and I can send you a free link, or just check the link in my bio to join my free Bible study. We will be resuming again calls soon on Zoom, live calls once a week for an hour. But for right now, we are meeting in Telegram, and it's beautiful because I'm sharing a lot there, how to hear God, how to grow closer to Him, how to align with your purpose, what God really created you to be. So I hope to see you there, and I'll see you also on the next episode.